You're watching ESPN's coverage of Champ Week, and welcome to the OVC Men's Basketball Championships, presented by United Fidelity Bank, right here on ESPN+. We're in the second game tonight in the men's bracket. Tennessee State winning earlier. Our game right here is the 6-7 game, SIU and Eastern Illinois. Welcome courtside, along with Marcus Wilson, Bob Belvin yet again for the nightcap tonight between SIU and EIU. And these are two teams that know a lot about each other and have played really even games so far this season.
Yeah, there have been two really close ball games when they played. I think there's going to be there's a lot of familiarity, as you just said. So transition offense, transition defense, and what team can get the most easy baskets is going to have the advantage tonight.
So our players to watch, we'll start first with Tiger Booker. And hey, what's not to like about a guy that's named Tiger, but he has really been producing for EIU.
Tiger Booker is a dynamic player. He leads the league in steals. First team all-conference player. Last game when they played, had his career high. 33 points, 5 rebounds. They also had some help, and that's why they played very, very well. And expect for him to come out and play very well again.
And for SIU, DeMarco Minor. We talk a lot about the Wright brothers, but Minor's our choice tonight for a player to watch.
DeMarco Minor is a great, great guard here in the OVC. You see his stats. For a guard his size, 6 foot-ish, to average almost 9 rebounds a game, lets you know his toughness. Last game they played, he had 24 points, 11 rebounds. He rebounds, he scores, he distributes. This is an all-conference level player, and you're going to see a matchup between two really good guards tonight.
Players to watch are presented by Jostens. Jostens, the official recognition company of the OVC. Now, because of that familiarity with these two teams, let's get right to the keys to the game. First for Eastern Illinois.
Eastern Illinois, they're going to look to get a lot of fast break points. They lead the conference in steals, and then also off of the missed shots of SIU, so they're going to want to get out and balance scoring. Coach Simmons said, of course, we know we're going to get our points from Booker. Where else are we going to get the points from? If we can get 3 other guys in double figures, they're going to have a great chance to win. For SIU, their transition defense, taking care of the ball, knowing that Eastern gets a lot of steals, and then that also translates into shot selection. If you take bad shots, contested twos is going to come off the rim, Eastern's going to run, and that's what they're looking to do. So SIU has to really look out for taking good shots.
Our keys to the game are brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office. If you put away some drinks, put away your keys, remember, fans, don't let fans drive drunk. SIU with the opening tip. And we're underway and wasting no time to get to one of our players to watch, DeMarco Minor. He wears 0. Here's Minor off the screen. We'll double him now. Step back threes right on the line. No good. And Dan Lewis with the rebound for EIU.
I love this matchup. You know, sometimes when teams play against each other, coaches they don't want to put their best player on the other team's best player so they can rest him. Not these guys. They're matching up. They're going to be at each other all night.
Here's a 3-point shot by Booker. That's no good. And there's the 5 tonight for Brian Barodi. DeMarco Minor, we mentioned earlier. Rayshawn Taylor, Shamar Wright, Terrence Thompson, and his brother Lamar Wright. In early back-to-back games, you have an injury in the first minute of play. This time it's DeMarco Minor, so let's take a look at what happened here on the drive. I got collided there with Davis, Kendall Davis of SIU, and a reset underneath, and back to action with 24 to shoot. Here's our matchup of players to watch here. Booker on Minor. Fadeaway 2, good by Taylor. Here's the lineup for the Panthers of Eastern Illinois. They're 5 tonight. Shelton, Davis, Hooker, Lures, and Jermaine Hamlin. Starting lineups presented by ServPro, the official restoration services partner of the OVC. So here we are settling into the nightcap. Minor and Booker. Minor leaves it short. And the big guy Shelton with the board.
You know, SIU shoots a lot of contested long twos. That first shot, that was a contested three. When it's falling, it works. But that's where I say your shot selection, sometimes you need to pass up a good shot for a great shot.
Lures with the back iron, no good. The follow is no good by Kendall Davis. And SIU will come the other way. This is Rayshawn Taylor. Here's Shamar Wright. And a big board from Hamlin. EIU will come the other way. Booker from 14 leaves it short. We were listening to that rim in pregame, and it sounded like they were clanking a lot in warm-ups. It seems like you can hear it more here in the second game than you did in the first. Out of bounds. It'll be SIU basketball right in front of Marty Simmons, who is an Evansville legend. We'll talk about that story a lot. But let me remind you that of players with numbers retired hanging in the banners here. Marcus Wilson is right beside Marty Simmons and the great Jim Cruz, who is a legend in this part of the world. As far as college basketball goes, Marcus just nods at me.
No,
you talk about Evansville basketball, you're talking about Jim Cruz and that guy right there, Marty Simmons, who had a great career as a player here in the old Roberts Stadium. Here's Wright's shot, no good. The follow blocked by Hamlin. And here we come the other way with Booker. Now Shelton, he'll gun from 30. No good, check that, 20. Just beyond the arc. Here's Minor. I won't have any problem identifying Minor. He matches my highlighter with those shoes, my man. Here's a turnaround by Wright, no good. Follow dunk attempt, no good. Now the outlet to EIU. Quickly ahead and up and in. Nikhil Shelton. Shelton's been a guy that's been injured earlier in the season. We were talking to Marty Simmons about it this morning. What a nice guy to have back in your lineup. Contributing after that hand injury. Tie game early on, and now the jump shot no good, and almost got a tackle in the corner.
You know, like I said, SIU has taken a couple quick shots, long rebounds. Eastern Illinois has not really tried to push it off those misses. I think they will as the game goes on, but Coach Simmons a lot of times has his first few games scripted, first few plays scripted, right? So we're going to get exactly what we want. We want to get this guy's shot. We want to get him rolling. Then loosen up a little bit more, but you can see these last few possessions, they've had a real direction in terms of where they want to get the ball, and now they have Shelton at the free throw line for two.
It's worth noting again as we look at Marty Simmons, and again, a fixture in this part of the world. And when athletic director Tom Michael called in 2 seasons ago while Simmons was an assistant at Clemson and said, hey, I got an opening here after the Jay Spoonhour departure. Marty said it probably took him about a half second to answer yes.
He's a head coach. He went to Clemson as an assistant and stayed in the business, but he's a head coach. He's a leader. You mentioned he coached me at Evansville when he was an assistant with Coach Cruz as the head coach. Really learned a lot from him.
With authority to the rack is Shamar Wright. Backboard shaking, and this one falls in. I'm going to let you break this down.
Shamar's going to the basket strong, tried to finish, blocked, rolled in, getting the and one. Here we are, 4-4 coming to the line.
There are hundreds of different kinds of trucks and SUVs on the road. Meet the wiper blades designed with all of them in mind. Rain-X rugged truck and SUV wiper blades. Engineered with graphene for long-lasting durability. They're high-performing blades for high-performing vehicles. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements. Available at your favorite retailer.
I'm a parking gate and I'm all out of whack. And if you have cut rate car insurance, this could leave you all bent out of shape. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem.
New projects means new project managers. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/hire and get started today.
Some of the most brilliant minds in business. No, not you. Or you. You auto-track business income and expenses with QuickBooks. And you pay all your employees easily and accurately. And you have a business bank account with market-leading APY. Get the full picture of your business on one platform, now with expert help when you need it. That's how you business differently.
Welcome back to the Ford Center in Evansville. We touched on it briefly, but it's going to bear repeating as the night goes on. Marty Simmons hanging here in the rafters at the Ford Center, and there's Marty in the huddle right here. And when we talk about coaching resumes, when we talked about the Clemson situation with Marty coming back, he needed to submit a resume to Tom Michael. It was a done deal.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great coach. Like I said, for me personally, I can't speak for all my teammates, but he was the one that I went to. You know, number one, he knew the game. Number two, he played the game. And so there's a level of respect. I knew the buckets that he got. You know, I'm a student of the game, so I did my research. I knew how good Marty Simmons was, so when I was having problems or if I wanted to figure out how to score or become a better player, Marty Simmons was my go-to. He was the player's coach that when you were frustrated maybe with Coach Simmons, you could go to him. I mean, with Coach Cruz, you could go to him. But like I said, great player's coach, great basketball mind. I'm so happy for him to see him back on the sidelines as a head coach.
And coaching resumes are presented by Delta Dental. Clear eyesight, full smile. Go Delta Vision. More information at deltadentaltn.com.
Everybody in Southern Illinois remembers who the Mule was. I mean, the Mule got buckets. No doubt about that.
You know, when he threw Marty's numbers up, I'm really going to age myself, Marcus, but I was calling ball games when Marty was playing over here at the old Roberts Stadium for Jim Cruz.
Yep.
And as I told you earlier today, that always remind Marty of that, and he just can't believe I'm that old. He just pleasure. And the couple of things he talked about this morning, I think bear repeating too, and that was he's still looking to recruit high school kids and develop them.
Yes.
And then he talked about some of the facets of motion offense and how important that is in the game. As Hamlin with the rebound, and they'll reset with a new 30. And I just thought, it's the classic old school, and sometimes kids don't want to play for that, but you know what? It's still the fundamentals of basketball, and they persist throughout time.
You know, everybody wants to just do the pick and roll and go one-on-one right now. Taylor gets that three to die on the rim and roll in, but everyone wants to do the pick and roll and just create one-on-one. But at the end of the day, when you understand the motion offense, you understand reads and concepts, which is so important at this stage in the year, as we talked about last game. When the other team knows what you're going to do, they can take away something, but then if you have high IQ guys who can read the screen, read how you're supposed to roll off of that, the high, the flash when the ball is fronted, he teaches that so well, and that's why I think his team is in good position to win in the postseason, because even when you know what they're going to do, they have the IQ to read and take what you give them.
Rayshawn Taylor with a bucket just moments ago, and already in comparing the two games so far tonight, these two teams are really playing around the rim.
Yep.
What we saw in game one was a lot of dribble penetration and kick out. We've already seen a lot of dunks, a couple missed dunks, contested dunks. And these are two very good teams on the inside, and again, 8 points is the greatest margin of victory between these two teams the 2 times they played this season. Brian Baroni's team continues to build that program at SIU-E, and we'll talk more about that as the game develops. But when you look at the previous 2 meetings, the last time these 2 teams met, as we got a whistle and a turnover as Lure stepped on the sideline. Last time these 2 met at the OVC tourney was way back in 2015, and when they played in the old Municipal Auditorium at Nashville, and that was an EIU 78-66 win. First time these 2 teams played, I stand corrected, it was a 9-point margin. Back before New Year's, SIU-E won that one. And during that one, SIU-E had 4 players in double figures. How about Shamar Wright with the left hand off the glass? The second time was a 5-point game. EIU wins at Lance Arena, 84-79. And again, SIU-E had 4 players in double figures in that game. The Tiger Booker, the last time these 2 met, 33. Here's Sawyer for 3. That rims out. Smith can't control the rebound. Hamlin cannot as well. And we'll go the other way.
You know, they just played 8 days ago, that last meeting you're talking about when Eastern won 84-79. That was on February 27th. So we talk about teams knowing each other.
Yeah.
I mean, they just played. So, you know, it's going to take a lot of toughness and 50-50 balls, because when teams are this close, that can be the differentiating factor.
Out of bounds, it'll belong to Eastern Illinois. Rodolfo Bolas. We'll talk about him a lot. He's really active. He's 23. You can see him in your screen right there. And early we've seen Sakinas into the game for SIU-E, one of their bigs. And unlike some comments that Penny Collins made of his TSU team in the first half, in the first game, both of these teams are willing to go to the floor and get some floor burns, get that loose ball. Here's Bolas. Sakinas slaps it out. Bolas will track it down. 10 on the shot clock, and then that's dribbled out of bounds. Last touch by SIU-E. And Gibson will trigger in. Now Marty's upset about something. Eight to shoot. Davis put it high off the glass and good with the right hand. Kendall Davis. Much different game than early on.
Yeah, yes it is.
Here's the long 3. It's no good. And controlled by EIU. Quickly ahead to Tiger Booker. He has to slap it. And it will be SIU-E basketball. Trying to slap it off the glass, rather. And get it to Davis, trailing the play, but not the case. And early substitution here, Terrence Thompson. First time we've seen the forward, the junior from La Crosse, Wisconsin. Both of these teams were full of music at pregame this morning. And for the record, Marcus knew the artist. I have to admit, I did, right?
Yeah, that seems to be the thing these days, is all the teams have their boom box, and they bring it into their shooting round. I guess to give the guys some energy.
Shamar Wright with the miss. Where's our energy? Minor in traffic. We'll check it back up. Maybe not for long. Shamar Wright has the green light. You can bet on that. Instead, he'll back down low, tipped around, and stolen by Tiger Booker. And before that, there was a reach-in foul as Booker was on the floor. And that's going to go against Brian Taylor. Lots of action early. Maybe not a lot of scoring. See how this one plays out.
When you're the leader in disaster cleanup and restoration, how do you make like it never even happened happen? Fire it up, Randy! By being prepared for anything! Whatever comes your way, there's a pro for that.
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Explore the past with the Kentucky Historical Society. Take a day trip to the capital city of Frankfort and visit the Kentucky History Center and museums. One ticket gives you access to 3 sites and endless Kentucky stories. Members receive great benefits like free admission and unlimited access to resources both in person and online. Your support helps important programs like Kentucky History Education, research, and exhibitions to reach communities across the state. Join now at history.ky.gov.
Back to Edwardsville alongside Marcus Wilson. Bob Bellman. Early on, SIU with the lead, and in his 5th season, Brian Barodi, and look at these Delta Dental coaching resumes. Brian Barodi has got a legacy of basketball in his family. His father in the NBA and throughout the collegiate ranks. Stops as an assistant, SIU, Green Bay, and Illinois State. Just took over the program after Lennox Forrester left, and his last 2 seasons been 9-9 in conference play. And this is it's just a different breed when you get to post-game, and I feel like this team with their size and their athleticism, I think they can be one of those contenders that we didn't factor in. And again, both have had a really good season for the most part, but this conference itself's just been beating up on each other, it seems like.
He's doing a really good job of recruiting, though. You got, like we talked about, guards win games. You have Minor and Taylor, who are both dynamic guards. You got experience with the Wright brothers. And like you said, they have some size. Everyone that I speak to in the St. Louis area speaks very highly of him and the direction that he has the SIU program going.
Yeah, just a quick geography lesson. St. Louis and Edwardsville, Illinois aren't that far apart. And so sometimes, as you look at the foul on Terrence Thompson, sometimes, check that, it's police. Sometimes you have the belief that, oh man, there's plenty of talent in St. Louis, just go get you a few. But it's not that easy, is it?
It's not that easy. In today's world of NIL, that's a factor. And then, as we were talking about earlier, partners, you got to be careful with that. It's good to go get players from local, but they have to be great character guys. Because if they're not, now you got guys who are local, another 3 there by Taylor, but you got guys who are local with their bad habits and their bad friends coming around your program with too much access. So you have to be very careful when you do recruit local like that. But there's plenty of talent here in St. Louis. And I think that he's going to be able to continue to recruit. They have Brian Taylor out there. Rayshawn Taylor is from nearby. Jordan Pickett. So he's getting good players from the area that are high character guys.
And it's paying off for him. And again, in his 5th season, they're coming in tonight as a number 6 seed. One of the problems for Eastern Illinois has been they're 1 of 8. And turned the ball over 3 times in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, the shooting, you talked about hearing the rim, and we're not hearing swishes. You know, Eastern is 2 for 15. SIU is 5 for 16. So one of these teams, if they can get hot, can create some separation.
Wright trying to create just that. And then Rayshawn Taylor again. Back-to-back buckets for Rayshawn Taylor. And I just got to put a plug in. And coming to media days here in October the last couple seasons, I've enjoyed meeting Rayshawn Taylor. and he is a quality kid. I can vouch for that. Brian Barone is wise to build his program around him.
He's a dynamic shot maker. As you can see, he's already made some tough shots. Minor is 0 for 5 right now, and Taylor has 8 of their 15.
Thompson's shot is blocked. Thought we were going to give Rayshawn Taylor an assist right then, but couldn't finish it up there. Look at that shot underneath there, and there's the foul. Jermaine Hamlin returns for Eastern Illinois.
Desmond Hope replacing Shimon Wright, also number 5.
More substitutions. Davis will exit. And Sincere Malone, who I think has one of the best names in all of college basketball, enters for Eastern Illinois. Now deep in the shot clock, Shamar Wright, turnaround good. Check that, Lamar Wright. Got to correct me on that, partner.
That's an easy mistake to make with the brothers right there. Both really good players, look a lot alike.
I still love the analogy of the Wright brothers having a lot of family in Carolina. They got us moving as a country. Here's Shelton. Deep in the corner, the 3 ball short. DeMarco Minor with a rebound. And Wright will give it back to Minor, will set the offense. Trying to break Shelton down on the dribble. Belize comes over and helps. And it will remain SIU basketball. Dan Lewis back in for Eastern.
And for SIU, number 34, Artis Sakanis replacing
Sakanis back in for SIUE. Couple collisions in the middle of the floor. And now a steal, turnover for SIUE. Shelton, good on the runner.
Tough shot.
First of the night, I believe, by him. No, check that, he's got 8.
Yeah.
I stand corrected. It's one of the guys that Marty Simmons pointed out. Back off the injury and now contributing. When you're the shooter that Shelton is, he's got a hand injury. Lures, coast to coast, reversed. Good.
Really good finish right there. He's not an above the rim finisher, so when you're not, you have to use the rim for protection. Up and under, reverse for the good 2.
First 2 of the night for Dan Lures. Here's Minor, good from 15.
You know, if you're a guard, you wouldn't play for
a really
Coach
good guard
Barone.
played. Yeah.
You know, because he Minor and Rayshawn Taylor, he's putting the ball in their hands and either putting them in the pick and roll or saying just go create. And if you're a guard these days, that's how you want to. That's usually how you want your coach to let you play.
Lures will shoot from 18 just inside the line, and he's fouled. And we've got some free throws coming up.
SIU is number 34, Artis Sakanis. That's his first team foul. Time is out on the floor.
When you're the leader in disaster cleanup and restoration, how do you make like it never even happened happen? Fire it up, Randy! Yeah! By being prepared for anything! Whatever comes your way, there's a pro for that.
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Introducing the new 2024 Ford F-150. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Ugh, nothing works on this acne. Hi. Who? I'm a licensed dermatology provider from Curology. Oh.
just get a closer look. Yep, acne and some dark spots. But if you answer a few questions, I'll take a look at your skin and prescribe you a personalized cream.
Oh, I knew my phone was listening to me.
Curology, skincare with a face. Start today at Curology.com.
Roll up to Easter with fast and easy drive up.
What you wanna see? Let's go. Doing this so naturally. Gonna be a fantasy. Easy like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's easy like.
Drive up is fast, easy, and always free. Only at Target.
And since I get 5% off every day with the MyLowe's Rewards credit card, we could get it today. No waiting for a sale.
Wait, we could have gotten this yesterday at 5% off? Or the day before that? Or the day that it broke?
He broke it.
We'll take it.
The MyLowe's Rewards credit card helps you save 5% every day. Apply today.
Rayshawn Taylor has been outstanding here early on for SIU-E.
Yeah, he's a shot maker. He can shoot tough shots. He's going to shoot tough shots. He's going to make tough shots. And like we talked about E.J. Bellinger last game, he doesn't have much of a conscience. So if he misses one, you have to stay engaged with him all game because he's one of those guys that can get hot really fast. And once he gets hot, it's really hard to stop him.
At Taylor's line, 10 points. His teammates only with 9, so he leads them by a point, 4-7 from the field. And the rest of the team has only made 4 shots themselves. Now Lures to the free throw line for EIU. He finishes the backside of the three-point play. Miners played all the way for the Cougars of SIU-E. Picking the dribble up early. It's Shamar right. Now Miner from the corner and got the roll.
That's the thing about with SIU-E, you can run a system, and I know a lot of guys prefer to pass the ball and the system to look nice. But when you have guards who can create, you can always score points. And SIU has 2 of the best guards in the league in terms of just giving them the ball and letting them go get a bucket.
Here's Shelton, lean away 17-footer, no good. Miner with another rebound. Keep an eye on his numbers for rebounding. He's got 5 already tonight here in the first half. So why do you bring size out against Miner when you bring Jalen Gibson out to kind of guard Miner?
I think you switch up your defenders. You keep them off balance. So maybe you put Booker on them for a little while. Someone short, quick, get up under them. Then you put some size on them to kind of contest his shot a little bit, and you don't want scorers to ever get a rhythm like we talked about with Taylor. So the more that you can switch defenders and keep the offensive player guessing in terms of how he needs to get his shot off, the better chance you have of not allowing him to get in the rhythm.
Back away. Good. Rayshawn Taylor's got it working tonight. He's got a dozen in the first half.
Tough shots, too. Like that. Eastern Illinois is playing good defense. He's just making tough contested shots.
And Marty Simmons mentioned that earlier today. He's like, those guards of Bryant's, they're going to make shots, and just got to tip your hat and play at the other end, despite your efforts defensively, and that's what's been going on.
That's where you got to have mental toughness, and I know Coach Simmons is a mentally tough guy. He's getting on these guys right now. We can hear him yelling at them from across the court. But if the other team makes a couple tough shots and you start hanging your head, I know as a player, when I saw my defender hang his head, I smelled blood. And I wanted to continue to go at him and break his will. So when Rayshawn Taylor is making these shots, as an Eastern Illinois defender, keep your head up, you look them in the eye, and you make them know you're gonna have to do that to me all game, right? And I think that's what Coach Simmons spoke to, and that's what Eastern Illinois has to do.
He ended that discussion with, "You hear me."
Yes.
And I heard him from right here.
So I know they did. Right?
I'm confident. The second one, no good by Hamlin.
One thing about Coach Simmons, I would say, though, he has this big voice that carries, but he never disrespects you. And so you can get yelled at, especially if you know you did something wrong. Some coaches take the yelling into a level of disrespect where they challenge your manhood. I mean, they call you out of your name. Coach Simmons, he never did that to me. And so, therefore, when he did get on me, it was like, okay, Coach, yep, I hear what you're saying. And you can receive the coaching a lot better.
He's coaching the officials right now. You can see that right there. Hamlin got caught leaning on the inside, and he'll get called for the foul. Minor streaks to the basket on the inbounds play and earns himself a trip to the free throw line. Tiger Booker
That's his
will be called for the foul. And that's not a good stat line for Tiger Booker if you're looking at that as we play the final 5:26 here in the first half.
At the line,
He had 0 points. And as we mentioned in the pregame, he had 33 points and 5 rebounds just 8 days ago. So to be held to 0 right now, SIU obviously made a big adjustment. Coach Baroni told us this morning, we have to get back in transition. He got too many easy buckets in transition, and we allowed him to get going. So the adjustments they made are showing up.
Minor so far, I should have brought this out earlier. He's got 5 tonight, looking for 6 here. Minor has scored 1,039 points this season. Let that sink in for a while. He's getting it done. So EIU and Gibson will go to work down 9. That's their largest deficit of the first half. They get Ballas for a screen. Yes, they did. Got Rodolfo. So watch him set a screen right. A little bit of the hip.
Well, I think from a coaching standpoint, you got to tell Davis, let the screener come get set. He took off a tad second too early, got a little anxious, and he got that foul on his big man by dribbling too early.
Wait till it's set is the message.
Yep.
Here's Minor. Boy, this is just a clinic right there, and there's good defense. Shot clock back to 10. They're going to try and double Minor high. Now they'll slip back off. And DeMarco no good, but the follow by Terrence Thompson is. And the big guy from La Crosse, Wisconsin with another bucket. A 12-point SIU lead. Davis's shot off the screen, no good, and Thompson. And now the big guy, Police, will get called for another one. He's got 3 fouls in the first 15 minutes. And now we'll walk the other way. And Thompson will shoot free throws. 6'8" junior. His season high this season was 12 against this very same team, EIU. Averaging just under 6 a game. And a miss on the 3-point opportunity, or rather the 1-on-1 front end. Well, this scoring drought, 2.5 minutes for EIU, but it seems like a whole lot longer.
It does.
It just does. And SIU bringing the energy and getting outstanding guard play so far here in the first half.
You know, Eastern Illinois does not have enough offense to win this game with Booker having 0. So he's going to need to get rolling at some point, whether it's the end of this half or having a big second half. They're going to need his point production.
Davis with a turnaround, that's no good. And again, Minor, who's played the entire game, to come the other way. And boy, you love that transition 3 opportunity, but Taylor passed it up. Now he'll get a screen from Thompson and missed that one as well. Quickly ahead on the deflection. EIU in the front court. And the shot by Shelton does not fall. But Shelton will head to the free throw line when we come back. A lot of SIU early. They're up by 12.
Here come your UFB All-Stars. United Fidelity Bank has you covered for all your banking needs. Convenient locations, high-yield CDs, online banking and bill pay, surcharge-free ATM transactions, plus our mobile banking and mobile deposit make it easy for you to bank anywhere, anytime.
Come see the difference. United Fidelity Bank, serving our community since 1914.
Make your banking experience a slam dunk with United Fidelity Bank.
Back in Evansville, and earlier today, some pretty good action in the women's bracket. That first day, once you get that out of the way, it really heats up. And Tennessee State in the opener today with a win over Moorhead 58-50 in the 8-5 game. And I believe, if memory corrects me, it's the third straight season that an 8 seed has won in the women's bracket on opening day. So, hey, anything's possible. Tennessee State, men's and women's team both advancing. And Tennessee Tech with the win at the end of the afternoon session over Western Illinois. And the women of Tennessee Tech, if you'll recall, won a play-in game and a tournament game in the NCAA last season. They had a pretty good stay in Indiana. So here we go, Shelton.
Gotta love women's basketball right now with what's going on with Caitlin Clark.
It's a good level of play when you get to this point.
Juju Watkins. I've never known so many women's basketball players by name as I do this year because they're just playing so well.
And already the talk is what happens when Caitlin Clark is gone. And we'll save that for the summer talk shows like I talked about, right? Women's basketball has been elevated to a very impressive level, and this conference has some really good play in it. Turn around, left hand, 15 feet.
SIU makes more tough contested twos than any team I've seen this year.
And remember when Penny Collins was talking to us this morning about trying to make those tough twos?
Yes.
So that's case in point.
Yes.
Guard play is exceptional. Shelton got away with a reach in there on Minor. Now the step back from Minor, no good. And Gibson clears the defensive board.
You know, analytics say that's the worst shot that you can take. The best shot is in the restricted area, which is inside the charge circle. The next best one is probably a spot up three. The next best is anywhere else in the paint. And then the fourth best one is anything else other than that. Outside the paint, contested two. And SIUE lives on those.
Here's Gibson. At the end of the shot clock with a miss. And now timeout on the floor.
It's a 30-second timeout.
30 seconds out. Don't know where that came from. We'll hold it right here as we watch the SIUE huddle, and they're pretty impressive here in the first 18 minutes. Talk about, you can just look at the records of these two teams, and it does say a lot at this time of year. You got a team that's 8-10 in the conference in EIU, 9-9 in SIUE. What's the difference? Well, the two games they split. At the end of the season, SIUE wins. The guard play tonight has been the story. It comes from that team right there on your screen.
I mean, Rajon Taylor and Minor have 18 combined. Eastern has 17. So that tells you a lot right there. And Eastern just has to make shots. They're 0 for 7 from 3, 6 for 24 overall. You know, no field goals in the last 5 minutes. This drought is really hurting them. They really need to try to finish this last 2 minutes strong, get it under 10, and hopefully start the second half a little bit better.
Thompson with a handoff, right, good.
3-point basket for Rajon.
That's Taylor again, excuse me. Pretty good play, come out of the timeout, right? And the big guy Thompson with a handoff screen for 3. Gibson follows with a 3 of his own. Still a 12-point game. Minor again, good. No whistle, bodies to the floor. Dare I say again about Minor and Rayshawn Taylor in guard game? At the risk of becoming repetitive?
I mean, but that's what they do. The Wright brothers are very good, but they're quiet right now because when the shots are falling from these two, they're dynamic shot makers. They create space on their shot, and even when you contest it, you get a guy like Rayshawn Taylor who gets hot. And I told you, once a scorer gets hot, they're so much harder to stop.
Thompson blocks Shelton's shot, and SIU-E with a chance to widen their 14-point lead. Minor with a fadeaway, and this time he's fouled. And DeMarco Minor will head back to the free throw line. Well, the numbers bear it out. And Minor's played the entire first half. Drawing some deep breaths here as he gets to the free throw line. 3 of 9 from the field. He's got 9 rebounds. DeMarco Minor has 9 rebounds in the first half.
He had 24 and 11 last game. He almost averages 9 at 6 foot. It just speaks to his toughness. You know, another thing that I'm extremely impressed with, these are some of the little things that I don't think people realize. There's been so many possessions where Rayshawn Taylor or Minor has come down and dribbled 10 times and shot. The ball has not moved. And you look at the faces of their teammates, and there's no pout. There's no complaining. That lets me know that they're bought into the team. They see that these guys are their scorers. They're winning. They're up 15. No one's like, why am I not getting the ball? You see that in 80% of other teams. If guys are coming down dribbling 7, 8 times, not moving the ball. That speaks to the culture and what Baroni teaches his team about. It's all about winning, not about you. We over me. That's why he's doing such a great job with this program.
First bucket of the night from Lazar Grebovich. Now loose ball in the front floor. And Sawyer will not miss the slam, and that's got to be a technical. Yes, it is.
Yeah, you got to just lay that one in.
Here you go.
Your teammate,
I'll let you break it down.
Your teammate gets on the floor, gets the loose ball. You're thinking, okay, we can get a bucket right here, get it down to 11. They're down 13. You get it down to 11 right there, and you're good. You got some momentum going to half. Instead, you're down 13. You're sending them to the line, and they have the ball. You know, sometimes
I have no idea why he kept the other hand on the rim. He had clearance underneath. Not a lot of bodies there. Minor's winded, but he's perfectly at home.
Yeah.
So now possession to SIU-E as well, as the dunk miss went out of bounds. A chance to launch one right here for Rayshawn Taylor. He does so at the buzzer. Good! What has not gone right for EIU has gone all the way right. For Shamar Lamar. And at the buzzer, Rayshawn Taylor. Look at this.
Contested 3. He's been making the shot all game. 18 points. Dynamic shot maker. He's feeling it. SIU feeling it. A quick, what was that, a 7-point turnaround just with that missed dunk has SIU up 17 at the half.
SIU-E and EIU. Pretty easy to say. It's been all that team in the red and white here in the first half.
Live sports.
When you're the leader in disaster cleanup and restoration, how do you make like it never even happened happen? Fire it up, Randy! By being prepared for anything. Whatever comes your way, there's a pro for that.
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Introducing the new 2024 Ford F-150. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Ugh, nothing works on this acne.
Hi. Who? I'm a licensed dermatology provider from Curology.
Oh.
I could just get a closer look. Yep, acne and some dark spots. But if you answer a few questions, I'll take a look at your skin and prescribe you a personalized cream.
Oh, I knew my phone was listening to me.
Curology, skincare with a face. Start today at Curology.com.
Watch this. With the Disney Bundle, Hulu and Disney Plus are better together with talking cars.
You got that right.
And Michelin stars. Demigods.
Percy.
And Nimrods.
Got a point.
Rodent herders.
Squirrel.
And only murders.
It's what we do.
Lions, banthas, and bears. Oh my.
Oh.
Excellent. All better together.
Do or do not.
There is no try.
For one low price.
OM God.
The Disney Bundle with Hulu and Disney Plus.
Roll up to Easter with fast and easy drive up.
What you wanna see? Let's go. Doing it so naturally. Gonna be a fantasy. Easy like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's easy like.
Drive up is fast, easy, and always free. Only at Target.
I'm on the next level now. To finish.
Halftime rolls along here at the Ford Center in Evansville, Indiana. Coming up after the break, we'll take a look at a special recognition that has been a featured part of the past 12 OVC basketball tournaments. You're watching the Ohio Valley Conference Basketball Championships, presented by United Fidelity Bank on ESPN+.
Immerse yourself in academic excellence. Take comfort in welcome surroundings. Revel in exhilarating events. Discover invaluable educational experiences at a value rivaled by few. Southern Illinois University-Edwardsville. The right place, the right people, so you can own tomorrow. Take your first steps to a promising future at SIU-E.
So if I had to describe Eastern, it's like chill, but yeah, you still have like a lot of stuff to do.
Events like First Night, events like Panther Palooza, our Student Involvement Fair, those are just so much fun ways you can see so many people on campus.
So right away, you get to impact a group. If you join a club, an activity, you get to actually have a voice right away.
You physically embrace the campus and embrace everything about Eastern, and you just learn to love everything about it.
Competitive excellence, energized fans, community involvement, sportsmanship, student-athlete success in and out of the classroom. That's OVC leadership, and it isn't new to us. We've been doing it for more than 75 years. It's time to OVC it. The Ohio Valley Conference, fiercely independent since 1948.
When you're the leader in disaster cleanup and restoration, how do you make like it never even happened happen? Let it rain, Randy! Woo! Yes! By being prepared for anything! Woo! Whatever comes your way, there's a pro for that.
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Here's one thing we can all agree on. Having more choices beats having less choices. That's why we make a range of Ford F-150 pickups for any job. Whether that job is getting heavy things where they need to go, powering things on the go, or going from 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Nothing works on this acne.
Hi.
Who?
I'm a licensed dermatology provider from Curology. Oh. I could just get a closer look. Yep, acne and some dark spots. But if you answer a few questions, I'll take a look at your skin and prescribe you a personalized cream.
Oh, I knew my phone was listening to me.
Curology, skincare with a face. Start today at Curology.com.
Roll up to Easter with fast and easy drive up.
What you wanna see? Let's go. Doing it so naturally. Gonna be a fantasy. Easy like 1, 2, 3. Yes, easy like.
Drive up is fast, easy, and always free. Only at Target.
Watch this. With the Disney Bundle, Hulu and Disney Plus are better together with talking cars.
You got that right.
And Michelin stars. Demigods.
Percy.
And Nimrods.
He's got a point.
Rodent herders.
Squirrel.
And only murders.
It's what we do.
Lions, banthas, and bears. Oh my.
Oh.
Excellent. All better together.
Do or do not.
There's no try.
For one low price.
OM God.
The Disney Bundle with Hulu and Disney Plus.
And since I get 5% off every day with the MyLowe's Rewards credit card, we could get it today. No waiting for a sale.
Wait, we could have gotten this yesterday at 5% off? Or the day before that? Or the day that it broke?
He broke it.
We'll take it.
The MyLowe's Rewards credit card helps you save 5% every day. Apply today.
Welcome back to the Ford Center here in Evansville, Indiana. We wanted to take a moment to recognize a key feature of each of the past 12 OVC basketball tournaments: the recognition and celebration of military personnel and their families that have and continue to be a part of the Ohio Valley Conference. The Hoops for Heroes initiative is supported via the efforts of the OVC Student Athlete Advisory Committee, who connect with their communities to select a representative and help to collect funds throughout the year to send the hero and their family to the OVC basketball tournament. To date, over 150 veterans have been honored as part of the program. This initiative continues to be a great vehicle to recognize those who sacrifice so much for our freedom. For more information and to see this year's honorees, visit ovcsports.com. When we come back, we'll have a look at some first-half highlights and stats. You're watching the Ohio Valley Conference Basketball Championships, presented by United Fidelity Bank on ESPN+.
Immerse yourself in academic excellence. Take comfort in welcome surroundings. Revel in exhilarating events. Discover invaluable educational experiences at a value rivaled by few. Southern Illinois University-Edwardsville. The right place, the right people, so you can own tomorrow. Take your first steps to a promising future at SIU-E.
So if I had to describe Eastern, it's like chill, but yeah, you still have like a lot of stuff to do.
Events like First Night, events like Panther Palooza, our student involvement fair, those are just so much fun ways you can see so many people on campus.
But right away, you get to impact a group. If you join a club and activity, you get to actually have a voice right away.
You physically like embrace the campus and embrace everything about Eastern, and you just learn to love everything about it.
Competitive excellence, energized fans, community involvement, sportsmanship, student-athlete success in and out of the classroom. That's OVC leadership, and it isn't new to us. We've been doing it for more than 75 years. It's time to OVC it. The Ohio Valley Conference, fiercely independent since 1948.
When you're the leader in disaster cleanup and restoration, how do you make like it never even happened happen? Fire it up, Randy!
By being prepared for anything.
Whatever comes your way, there's a pro for that.
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Introducing the new 2024 Ford F-150. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Ugh, nothing works on this acne.
Hi. Who? I'm a licensed dermatology provider from Curology. Oh. I could just get a closer look. Yep, acne and some dark spots. But if you answer a few questions, I'll take a look at your skin and prescribe you a personalized cream.
Oh, I knew my phone was listening to me.
Curology, skincare with a face. Start today at Curology.com.
Roll up to Easter with fast and easy drive up.
What you wanna see? Let's go. Doing it so naturally. Gonna be a fantasy. Easy like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's easy like.
Drive up is fast, easy, and always free. Only at Target.
My Lowe's Rewards credit card saves us 5% on the things we need. 5% off, 5% off, 5% off.
And as loyalty members, we get points toward Milo's money for the things we want.
Oh, we want this.
The all-new Milo's Rewards loyalty program is here. Download the app to join, earn, and save today.
Watch this. With the Disney Bundle, Hulu and Disney Plus are better together with talking cars.
You got that right.
And Michelin stars. Demigods.
Mercy.
And Nimrods.
He's got a point.
Rodent herders.
Squirrel.
And only murders.
It's what we do.
Lions, banthas, and bears. Oh my.
Oh.
Excellent. All better together.
Do or do not.
There is no try.
For one low price.
OM God.
The Disney Bundle with Hulu and Disney Plus.
We want it all. We want beards and lattes.
Great.
Oh. We want to be invited.
Great.
And not attend.
Great.
We want to take the shortcut.
You lost.
And not be in danger.
Reverse.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Welcome back to Evansville alongside Marcus Wilson, Bob Melvin inside the Ford Center. The nightcap. We've reached the halfway point of it. SIU-E leads 39-22, and pretty much, we've talked about it almost ad nauseum in the first half, but guard play makes the difference, and it's not necessarily all the guards that we expected, but Rayshawn Taylor has certainly risen to the top here in the first half.
Rayshawn Taylor was spectacular in that first half. The difficulty of shots that he was making, the shot at the end of the half. I mean, every shot there was a hand in his face. He didn't have many open looks. He just made contested shots from range, from nearby. Wherever he was able to get the ball, he was able to perform. And Minor, even though he wasn't as electric, he still had 10 points and 9 rebounds. Those two combined for 28. Those two are winning the game, 28-22.
And that's the one at the end of the half.
And so when you have that type of play, and then you add that Tiger Booker has 0, that's how you have a 17-point lead.
It's been dominant so far from that part of the game for SIU-E. And again, we talked about the Wright brothers and some other, they have a need to perform. And you're shooting that well from the outside. First half stats kind of bear it out. SIU-E shooting 48%. Points in the paint, 12-8. Not a lot of variance there. It's the outside shooting and that big number at 48% when you look at it. That's a pretty solid first half.
I'm trying to get Tiger Booker a shot as early as possible this half.
Halftime stats are brought to you by Digital Scoreboards. Proud support of the OVC. Digital Scoreboards provides indoor and outdoor displays. That's what EIU needed to begin the second half. And you get a big bucket. Here's Taylor. Again, the story of the first half. Thompson, I thought, just handing the ball off there to Minor. I thought Thompson was very effective in the first half for SIU as well. And that's one of the bigs. And on cue, Thompson will hit the front of the rim. And a chance for EIU here. Here's Lewis for three. Back iron and long rebound, comes right back out. And there's Gravojevic. And the miss. You're facing a deficit like this. And another turnover. Hold that thought, Bob. And here's a quick run by EIU. Another basket by Kendall Davis.
This is the start that you want if you're Eastern Illinois. Coming out with some good energy, got some easy buckets. I think the next thing they need to do is get Tiger Booker a bucket so he can see the ball go through the net. If he sees it go through the net just once, I think he can get a rhythm. But right now, they're playing with great energy.
And another turnover by SIUE. A point I was trying to make is if you're Marty Simmons and EIU and you're facing a really good tandem of guards, how do you strategically cut into that deficit from an X's and O's standpoint when they were so dominant in the first half? And here's the guy they need to get going, back to your point, Marcus, and that's Tiger Booker. Up and under with the left hand and got it to fall. And we're back to a 10-point game. The lead was 17 at the break.
You know, to speak to your point, Bob, you got to believe that the averages will average itself out. And what I mean by that is Minor shoots 40% from the field on the year. Rajon Taylor shoots 37% from the field on the year. They were hot. Well, Rajon Taylor was hot that first half. If you continue doing the right thing, contesting shots, making them work, you have to believe and you have to trust that your game plan and the percentages will allow you to get back into the game and that they'll start to miss some of those shots.
And meanwhile, your guy, if you're EIU, Booker, has been more aggressive, for lack of a better word, here to begin the second half. And that time threw up an errant shot, and EIU unable to come up with a rebound, but they've just got to get him involved. Here's Taylor. That's dangerous. Automatic tonight. Rajon Taylor.
You know, even though Booker, like you said, shot that shot last trip down, I'm still riding with him. He got you here. You know, he's your first team all-conference player. He's struggling, but you gotta ride with him. Because we saw what happens when he doesn't score. You're down 17.
Lewis didn't touch the rim with that shot. They'll try double Minor in the corner. Now baseline. DeMarco Minor, good. That's hard to defend. And just like that, back to a 15-point lead. Booker just doesn't seem to have a lot of opportunities, even off the dribble drive, even off the screen high. He's got to make that kind of shot, and that maybe will get him going.
You know, if you're an Eastern fan, you're probably watching like, make someone else beat us other than Taylor or Minor. Well, that's hard to do because they bring the ball up court and sometimes they don't pass it.
Lewis with a steal for EIU, and quickly they'll come ahead. Booker, now Lewis from 16, wide open, good. Back to an 11-point game. Just haven't been able to get it under 10 in the early portion here of the second half.
Wow, he just traveled. He just took three. That was a LeBron James gather. Just started shuffling his feet.
Minor to Thompson. Rayshon Taylor, he'll lean into this one. Did he get it off in time? No. A shot clock violation. First media timeout of the second half. Little bit of a run here by EIU.
2023-24 is the academic year of the outstanding.
When you're the leader in disaster cleanup and restoration, how do you make like it never even happened happen? Let it rain, Randy! Woo! Yes! By being prepared for anything! Woo! Whatever comes your way, there's a pro for that.
Serve pro like it never even happened.
He shoots, and he scores!
Here come your UFB All-Stars. United Fidelity Bank has you covered for all your banking needs. Convenient locations, high-yield CDs, online banking and bill pay, surcharge-free ATM transactions, plus our mobile banking and mobile deposit make it easy for you to bank anywhere, anytime.
Come see the difference. United Fidelity Bank, serving our community since 1914.
Make your banking experience a slam dunk with United Fidelity Bank.
Nothing provides peace of mind like planning and preparation. And just like you do for your family, CenterPoint Energy plans and prepares every day to better serve our shared communities. We continue to invest in the resiliency of our electric grid to bring you the safe and reliable delivery of energy for what matters most.
Yes, I win!
See, we didn't need these after all.
Eastern Illinois' Tiger Booker. Marcus and I have talked about it time and time again, and he's got to get unwound here in the second half.
Yeah, he's coming out a lot more aggressive. In the first half, he had 0 points, 1 assist. This half, he already has 4 points, 3 assists. So he's being more aggressive to the basket, creating for others, and he has to continue to do that if Eastern even has a chance to win this ball game.
The lead was 17 at the half. It's now 11. So lots of work to do, and we expect that young man to lead the way, number 11. And now a steal inside. You don't want this guy to get in the open court. Minor's shot is blocked.
No whistle.
By Belize, so we'll keep the shot clock where it is.
Did he go straight up? That's why they didn't call it. There was a lot of contact, but the refs are doing a better job of saying if the defender goes straight up in his plane, that's not a foul, and that's what it looks like Bolus did.
Minor might have been anticipating the contact a little bit and backed off it as well. How about that? Off the glass by Wright, but could not get it to fall. Shelton wanted to unload for three. Instead, he'll penetrate. And another steal. Here's Wright again. He'll give it back to Minor, and smartly DeMarco will at least go to the corner. He's going to try to work the big guy, Belize. Jumper in and out. And quickly ahead to Booker. Will come the other way in traffic. Booker reverse good.
It's a great finish by the little guy with the big heart.
Saw you tip your cap to that. That's a pretty good play.
That was impressive.
Here's Wright down the floor, and he's just going to go right into the tall timber.
Attacking the defense in transition, like we talked about before, using the rim to protect. Finishing with what the young kids say, with the jelly.
Team first.
Nice play. So to the free throw line, Shamar Wright.
Correction, was on number 23, Rodolfo Belize.
Fifth-year player out of Memphis, Tennessee. Another one of those known high school basketball hotbeds. That falls out. Another to come. Desmond Polk into the game. I believe that's for the first time tonight. It is. And the lefty good on the second. So with 14 to play, it's back to a 10-point game. Sakanis with some pressure in the middle, kind of denying Booker. There's a deep three ball in the corner, left it short. Grbovic could not control. And we'll go back to break here. Still a 10-point game. It's still anybody's game. Stay tuned.
In this clinic, we pride ourselves on putting others first. It's on us to help care for our clients' well-being, to help them adapt. It's inspiring to work at a place where our patients succeed and we as therapists do too. With great benefits from Principal, we feel appreciated for the work we do.
This is Ford Truck Month. With amazing offers across an amazing lineup of Ford trucks. Make way for the event that only comes around once a year. Featuring the new 2024 Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty, the 2024 North American Truck of the Year. Get ready and get to Ford Truck Month. See your Ford dealer today for incredible offers on the new 2024 Ford F-150. Only during Ford Truck Month.
Nothing works on this acne.
Hi. Who? I'm a licensed dermatology provider from Curology. Oh. I could just get a closer look. Yep, acne and some dark spots. But if you answer a few questions, I'll take a look at your skin and prescribe you a personalized cream.
Oh, I knew my phone was listening to me.
Curology, skincare with a face. Start today at Curology.com.
Roll up to Easter with fast and easy drive up.
What you wanna see? Let's go. Doing it so naturally. Gonna be a fantasy. Easy like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's easy like.
Drive up is fast, easy, and always free. Only at Target.
My Lowe's Rewards credit card saves us 5% on the things we need. 5% off, 5% off, 5% off.
And as loyalty members, we get points toward Milo's money for the things we want.
Oh, we want this.
The all-new Milo's Rewards loyalty program is here. Download the app to join, earn, and save today.
Welcome back to Evansville, and one of the fixtures here in the Ford Center is this banner right here in the middle. And it's not Coach Jim Cruz. It's actually my partner, Marcus Wilson's. That's the first thing he showed me when we walked in the arena this morning, right? Hey,
that's
look
not
up
true.
there.
That is not true.
So let's take a look at these numbers. Hey, that's an impressive picture.
I had hair back then.
Is that what you use on the recruiting trail? What a great career and a great place to hone your basketball skills and just be a part of this great city.
Yep. You know, I was just telling somebody here, I'm finally starting to be able to appreciate it. You know, like when it's happening, and even when I was done and I was playing professionally for 12 years, I always had this mentality of you're only as good as you were. I mean, you're only as good as you were just yesterday, right? Like, so if I had a good game or if an accomplishment came, I'm like, okay, that was yesterday. I still got to be better tomorrow. But now that I'm kind of removed from that, you know, it is good to look back and to be proud of, you know, getting a jersey retired at an institution that has 5 national titles and so much great history. You know, I'm really appreciative of my time.
So the production crew has done an enormous amount of research, but I think I should ask you.
What's that?
How many points did you score in your career?
You know why I know? Because it's in my email. It's 2053. That's in my email.
There you go.
It's my initials 2053, and so I email so much I do see the 2053.
Yeah, there's the number there at the bottom, the 4th in program history here at Evansville, and You know, alongside the Raptors here is Scott Hafner. We talked a little bit about him. And, you know, I've been around long enough to have called games with him, and of course Jim Cruz, and we looked at Marty Simmons earlier. That's pretty good company, partner.
Yep. Yeah, I looked up to Scott when I came here, Andy Elkins, even as far as back as Larry Hume. You know, there's Ed Smallwood, Don Boozy. Like, I knew all these guys. A lot of these young kids nowadays, like, they don't even know who played in the 90s. Nevertheless, before that, and like, so I studied the game, and these guys gave me something to aspire to be and set standards for the program. I'm just thankful that I had guys that showed me the right way.
And Lamar Wright with a bucket at the other end, and Lewis with a miss at this end, and thought Dan was going to try again. Instead, they kick it back out to Booker. They'll reset with 10 to go. Booker will throw it high off the glass. Nothing there, and SIU the other way. Lamar Wright. Now, this city has a lot of basketball tradition, and I'm glad to see it restored here in the Ford Center. And I understand there are a lot of events that go on here, not only concerts, but below us is a sheet of ice. There's hockey here, and all of those folks get to come and see those names in the banner. And I think that's really important. And sometimes that's lost when universities and schools move to bigger arenas, and you just kind of lose that, and courts being named after certain folks. And you just lose that when you come to the bigger arenas. But this is the perfect arena and the perfect city, in my opinion, and the perfect geographical fit for this conference. So we're glad to come in here and see that. You know, again, I appreciate you showing it to me and making sure that he did not do that, just for the record.
No, it's no, you're
He's
right.
a humble man.
We played at Roberts Stadium when I was here, and I loved Roberts. It was a little bit more intimate, for lack of a better term, of just the fans were right on top of you. And it's such a small basketball world. Like, for example, on the Eastern Illinois bench, one of their assistants, Marlon London, defended me when we played Kansas in the NCAA tournament. He was a freshman for Kansas when we played them in the NCAA tournament in '99. So you keep running into old friends, and you keep running into people. And like, obviously, we talked about Coach Simmons and how much he influenced me. And so basketball gave me a lot, and it gives this city a lot. So I'm just really appreciative of it all.
Well, salute to Evansville, and Marcus had to come a long way to get here, but that GPS was set just across the Ohio River. More basketball, 12-point lead for SIU.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than this.
I'll take Barkley.
Yes, I still got it. I told you she picked me first.
Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Introducing the new 2024 Ford F-150. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Ugh, nothing works on this acne.
Hi. Who? I'm a licensed dermatology provider from Curology. Oh. I could just get a closer look. Yep, acne and some dark spots. But if you answer a few questions, I'll take a look at your skin and prescribe you a personalized cream.
Oh, I knew my phone was listening to me.
Curology, skincare with a face. Start today at Curology.com.
Roll up to Easter with fast and easy drive up.
What you wanna see? Let's go. Doing it so naturally. Gonna be a fantasy. Easy like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's easy like.
Drive up is fast, easy, and always free. Only at Target.
Brian Baroni in the SIU huddle alongside Marcus Wilson-Bob Belvin at the Ford Center in Evansville. The nightcap of a great day of basketball here in Evansville. And we talked about the heritage of this city in basketball. Touched briefly in the first half. Brian Baroni is one of those gym rats too. He's one of those basketball guys. It's, seen his family be a part of basketball and very successful for many, many years.
Yeah.
That guy there's I could still see him. Y'all were talking during the break about the old jerseys that University of Evansville used to wear. They had sleeves on them, if you will.
They were basically T-shirts.
Yeah. Shelton with a three-pointer.
You know what? This is a time for Eastern that I think for them to try to get back in the game because Taylor's out. You can really focus on stopping Minor, and no one else has really hurt you too bad yet. And so when those two are both in the game, it's hard to who do you focus on? But with only one, you can really shift your defense to make sure that Minor doesn't beat you and try to force someone else to make some baskets, and hopefully you get something to fall in the meantime. I'd really try to pick up my intensity if I was Eastern right now, try to get this lead down under 5.
And a couple back-to-back turnovers will help as well. Now with 4 to shoot. Booker's your guy. And the miss. He did get the shot off in time. SIU East dropped from 48 to 44% in shooting. EIU has crept up just a little bit, 35% for the game. Here's Wright with a turnaround left hand, good. Boy, that's almost unstoppable.
That is unstoppable. You gotta, that's one of those ones you just gotta tip your cap and say, hey, good shot.
That's Shamar Wright with that bucket. Back to an 11-point lead. Try to get Booker flashing underneath. And he'll stay on that side of the floor with the dribble. Now back under 5. Up and good. Shelton with the tray.
Gives him 16 for the game. He's playing, doing the best he can. Came in averaging around 11. And with Booker not scoring at his normal rate, Shelton has definitely picked it up.
Minor with a miss on the drive. Booker high off the glass. Sakinas got a hand on it. Now Lewis finds a loose ball. His 3 shot no good. SIU with numbers. Minor to right and Minor with a follow, but before that, a foul.
Fouls on Eastern Illinois, number 25, Dan Lewis.
Talk about bringing your own energy. We kind of touched on it a couple times tonight, but this arena's kind of quiet. There's good fan bases in here, but they're just real quiet.
Yep.
And this is one of those spots right here.
At the line, Shamar Wright.
You're down 9. If you're Eastern Illinois, you got to bring a little bit of that energy right here.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It's reminiscent. I mean, I remember when that year during COVID, you could see which teams were going to win because their bench brought the energy. Right now, if you were a home team, if you were Eastern and you're at home, I'm sure the crowd would kind of get into it and give you a little bit of juice. Right now, you have to create your own energy. And we talked about it this morning in shoot-around with the guys. These teams bring these boom boxes into the shoot-around, and they get all this energy from the music. NBA young boys playing, little babies playing, they're bouncing around. But then when you need to create your own energy, can you do it without the music? Can you get yourself up and get your, like the bench? The bench needs to be up right now. And so that's where you just got to be able to create your own energy in times like this.
Booker on the drive, and I believe Thompson is a foul. Talk about going to the basket with a purpose.
Booker's been on the ground a few times today. You know, they're really being physical with him, which I think is a good game plan when you got somebody of his stature. You know, if he's going to go to the basket, you got to make him feel you.
Leading shooter percentage-wise on this team. 9 times this season, Booker had 20-plus points on a team that averages 69 a night while giving up 68. We talked about those averages as you wear through the season kind of evening out in the end, and that's the case here. Booker has his team at -8. That's their deficit. I thought Minor traveled in as well just before he got set into the play.
Yeah, he's traveled a couple times, but they haven't called it.
Dare I say Rayshawn Taylor has been quiet with a miss there. Minor with a rebound. A Minor season opening. Stolen away. Booker against Taylor. That's a pretty good matchup. Booker throws it in. How about that? And now a timeout on the floor. SIU-E. And it goes from 17 points to a 2-possession game. 7.5 to play here at Evansville.
When you're the leader in disaster cleanup and restoration, how do you make like it never even happened happen? Fire it up, Randy! By being prepared for anything! Whatever comes your way, there's a pro for that.
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Immerse yourself in academic excellence. Take comfort in welcome surroundings. Revel in exhilarating events. Discover invaluable educational experiences. At a value rivaled by few. Southern Illinois University-Edwardsville. The right place, the right people, so you can own tomorrow. Take your first steps to a promising future at SIU-E.
So if I had to describe Eastern, it's like chill, but yeah, you still have like a lot of stuff to do.
Events like First Night, events like Panther Palooza, our Student Involvement Fair, those are just so much fun ways you can see so many people on campus.
So right away, you get to impact a group. If you join a club and activity, you get to actually have a voice right away.
You physically like embrace the campus and embrace everything about Eastern, and you just learn to love everything about it.
We talked about it earlier. Tiger Booker needs to make an impact if EIU is going to win tonight. Got started much better here in the second half.
Yeah, he's doing a very good job of getting downhill. He's still 0 for 2 from 3, so he hasn't been able to get that to fall. But you can see his change of direction and his quickness. He's so electric in terms of getting to the basket. He finishes with both hands around the rim, and he's definitely picked up his intensity and his aggressiveness in the second half.
5'10", the senior from Chicago, Illinois. He had 33 the last time these two teams met. Got a ways to go to get to that number, but I like EIU's chances if he can put up another 20 here in the last 7.5. Big possession here for SIU-E after calling the timeout. Try and stop that EIU run. There's Wright. And the other Wright. Here's Minor with a head fake, steps inside the three-point line with the miss.
You know, if Eastern can get a bucket here and another basket, you know, for SIU-E, it's easy to make shots when you're up 15, 17. But then when they get back in the game and it's a one-possession ball game, things can get a little different. It's a big possession for Eastern right here.
I ask you, why did Rayshawn Taylor not shoot that shot coming out of the timeout?
I'm not sure.
Come the other way. Here's Taylor. What's that saying? Just asking for a friend? I thought that was here. There he goes. Front of the rim for Taylor on that shot, and the rebound will go the way of EIU.
In the game for Eastern Illinois, number 3, McDonald.
I didn't see that. It went off his knee.
It was the kick at the end off his knee.
You know, like I said, you have to trust that the percentages will play out and that your defense will execute. Taylor only has 3 points this half. I mean, that's a big reason why Eastern has been able to get back in the game. Booker has 10. Taylor only has 2.
Minor picks the pocket of Booker quickly ahead. And here's Rayshawn Taylor with the left hand on the fast break and good. Marty Simmons calls out stack 2. Let's see what that produces. Shelton with a jumper from 18 went all the way down and comes back out. And Shamar Wright with the defensive board. That's a big miss. That looked like that was going to go down.
Yep.
Eight-point game. This was a game that worked really well with Thompson sitting high and Minor in the first half. Up and good by Lamar Wright. And that'll go as a 3-ball. And an EIU timeout. A pretty good sequence there. Rayshawn Taylor not able to score in one of the instances down the floor, but Shamar Wright does in the corner. And the Wright brothers back at it here in the second half. So just like that, you stretch it from 6 to 11. That's a pretty big mental hurdle.
Yeah, it is. I think Eastern felt like, okay, we're getting right back in it. We wasn't able to get the shot to fall, the one that rattled, touched every part of the rim and then popped out. We've been making such a big deal about Taylor and Minor. The Wright brothers are 2 really good players in their own right. You know, Shamar averages 14, Lamar averages 10, and so they're very capable themselves of getting hot and putting some points on the board. So that was a big 5-point swing right there that might have demoralized Eastern.
So since you've enjoyed today, hey, we got another day of the very same thing coming at you tomorrow. Let's take a look at the women's bracket, or check the men's bracket. Tennessee State over Southern Indiana. That was our early game, 78-64. They will advance to play Western Illinois in the first game tomorrow, again 7:30 Eastern time, 6:30 here in Evansville. The Morehead State coaching staff is just down here to our left. Talked to Preston Spradlin, Scott Combs a few moments ago. They await the winner of this game between SIU and Eastern Illinois. And Marcus and I will be working the night shift again tomorrow, along with David Harris and the incredible Tupelo Honey Group right here on ESPN Plus. They've been working all day long. You and I just kind of been lounging around and talking to coaches and taking notes and looking important. And we haven't seen much of them all day.
They do a great job,
right?
They do a great job.
Great job.
You know, it's a tough task for whoever wins this game to go and play Morehead State. You know, they tied for first, but because of the tiebreaker, it was a 3-way tie. And they end up getting the 3rd spot touched out there by Lures. But, you know, to have to play the first place team essentially in the second round is a tough task for either one of these teams. Morehead State has a great program.
Right shot is blocked by Hamlin. Morehead State was a team that some mid-major rankings were top team in the nation. Had a great start to the OVC season, and it kind of tailed off there toward the end. How about that on the inbound for Minor? That's too easy.
Yeah, you got to see the ball right there. I'm sure we'll talk about this more tomorrow, but Morehead State, I'm so impressed with the job they did. For them to lose a player like Jelani Broom, who is playing excellent in the SEC for Auburn right now, and to lose him and still finish first in the league, just shows how good of a coaching job they've done over there at Morehead State.
Follow shot is up and good by Shelton. And he's the leader in scoring for EIU tonight. That'll move him to 18. Lewis has 11, and Booker has 10. And Booker's been quiet the last couple of minutes. And that's not good news for EIU. Taylor's pass inside was kicked. We'll move to break.
On the floor.
Right at the 4-minute media timeout. SIU still +9 as we play it out here in Evansville.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than this.
I'll take Barkley.
Yes, I still got it. I told her she picked me first.
Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Introducing the new 2024 Ford F-150. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Ugh, nothing works on this acne.
Hi. Who? I'm a licensed dermatology provider from Curology. Oh. I could just get a closer look. Yep, acne and some dark spots. But if you answer a few questions, I'll take a look at your skin and prescribe you a personalized cream.
Oh, I knew my phone was listening to me.
Curology, skincare with a face. Start today at Curology.com.
Roll up to Easter with fast and easy drive up.
What you wanna see? Let's go. Doing it so naturally. Gonna be a fantasy. Easy like 1, 2, 3. Yes, easy like.
Drive up is fast, easy, and always free. Only at Target.
EIU cheer squad with a tough night for them and their team as they trail by 9 here. These guys have had a lot to cheer about. And your reward, as you mentioned, for either of these teams is Morehead State, who finished in a 3-way tie for the lead. And a couple years in a row, it feels like we've had to go to some sort of tiebreaker to get the seedings right for the tournament. So exactly 4 to play and 20 seconds on the shot clock, and we're back at it. Here's Rayshawn Taylor. Move to his right, then to his left. He'll pass it back out to right. Taylor and Booker in the corner. And SIU unable to touch the rim. The worst shot of the night by Wright. Shot clock expires. Back at it again is the EIU, and again a very bad pass into the interior, and it's batted away and stolen by Rayshawn Taylor. Well, this has been the age-old offer here with Thompson setting a screen and handing off to Minor. Hey, it's worked so far tonight. Here's Shamar. Here's Lamar. Right. Shamar, good. Or check that, Lamar.
Has to be frustrating to feel like you're playing good defense and have a team consistently make these tough shots.
And the last time down, you forced a shot clock violation. Shelton's 3 is good. He'll add to his game high for EIU and earn himself a trip to the free throw line.
There's some tough shots made right here. That's a really tough one right there. Got the and one to follow. Got the and one to fall. He's kept them in this game with Booker being somewhat quiet, even though Booker has had a better second half. Shelton with 20 on the night, came in averaging 10.
He's been 4 of 4 from the free throw line. And just like that, the announcer's jinx comes into play. Still a 9-point lead for SIUE. Run a little clock here, Coach.
Yeah, you got to try to take great shots. I mean, you're not passing up shots, but you pass up an okay shot for a good shot and a good shot for a great shot, right?
Miner's shot is blocked, but Lamar Wright on the follow. That's almost insult to injury if you're EIU. Thought they had Miner contained. Here's Booker. Miner blocks his shot.
In the game for Eastern Illinois, number 5, Cecile Malone.
Matchup we've been warning all night. Coming from behind is Miner.
One thing to learn, if there's any young kids out here watching the game, one thing you can learn from, I know it's late. I don't know how many young kids are still up, but Booker struggled. This has not been his best performance of the year. He's an all-conference level player, but by looking at his facial expression, you would not know it. A lot of other guys would be pouting, slumping their shoulders. Out of bounds play right there, slumping their shoulders, maybe pointing fingers. He keeps the same facial expression. He's the point guard, so the team is going to continue to look for his leadership. He can't have bad body language. And I love players that can, even when they're playing bad, stay consistent, stay positive, and not let your emotions show. And I respect that out of the young fella.
Sincere Malone with a bucket for EIU, and again, just cannot get inside of that 9-point lead as we have a stoppage in play. It's an SIUE timeout. It'll be 30 seconds. And that was the double team was right at midcourt at the scorer's table. And once again, Brian Baroni having a timeout, and pretty good time to use it right there. Terrence Thompson's in the middle of the screen. I think he's been solid tonight. Take a look at his numbers, because at 2 points, what are you talking about, Bob? Well, just his play, fundamentally, I alluded to it earlier about him setting the screens high, but he's the consummate team player. He's got 2 assists, 3 rebounds, and played a pretty good game in terms of only 2 fouls.
But you know, they have 4 scorers out there. You have Taylor, they have Miner, and both of the Wright brothers. There's only so many balls that can go around. You need a guy like him who is not going to complain when he doesn't get the ball. That is so big, to not have a guy out there upset that he's not getting. He's okay with setting screens, knowing his responsibility on pick and roll defense, rebounding, doing all the little things, fighting and competing for loose balls, and allowing the other players to do their role, which is the score. You need glue guys like that, and that's exactly what he's been for the team tonight.
As we play the final 90 seconds, I always like the guys that just score 2 and are role players like that. And Thompson's been that. Here's Miner. And we've got a shot clock violation again. So 2 of the last 4 possessions have been that way for SIUE, but the impact of that is they run a lot of clock.
True.
Get an opportunity here for EIU, but they've got to score 3 quickly and get a couple stops.
You got to attack quickly, yes.
Here's Nikhil Shelton. Nothing there. Lures will pop. Back of the iron, no good. Miner with the rebound. As we play the final minute here at Evansville. They'll call Shelton for the foul from behind on Miner.
You know, there weren't many fouls called in this half. You know, SIUE only has 2. That was Eastern's 4th. So they still need to foul 2 more times to even get them in the bonus.
And they'll do just that here with the double on Rayshawn Taylor. That speaks to the clean game it's been so far, but as is always the case when you get in that catch-up spot late in the game, you guys kind of stack over top of each other. And there's the one that will get them to the free throw line and a 1-on-1.
That's his second, team 6th.
Check that, I was one off.
From this point on, SIU will be in the bonus.
You notice Minor then, he was just waiting for them to go ahead and foul him.
That's an anticipation call. The guys, Minor held the ball.
Yep.
Eastern Illinois guys grabbed the ball. That's a jump ball in my book.
Minor with 14 and 14 tonight. Go along with 2 assists. The only blemish on his numbers, hasn't hit a three-pointer tonight. He's 0 of 3. Good on the first. And this next one, as if there's any question, should do it for SIUE and advance them to meet Moorhead tomorrow night. And DeMarco Minor will exit, and the fans across the way are very appreciative of that effort tonight. He'll end up with 16 points and 14 rebounds. Shelton's 3 is no good. You really don't want to foul this guy, but they're going to try and trap him instead. That's Rayshawn Taylor. There's Lamar. And finally, they'll get the reach-in foul on Rayshawn Taylor.
Dan Lewis, that's his second. Team's 8.
Foul will go on Dan Lewis. So that gives us a chance to talk about Rayshawn Taylor's line for the night. It begins with a Michael Jordan number at 23. And a chance to add to that. 9 of 17 from the field. Now with 24. 5 of 10 from three-point range. And perfect at the free throw line, 2 of 2.
And this is why SIUE is dangerous. He's their third leading scorer. You see how well he can score. He carried on the first half, and that's your third leading scorer. So it lets you know how explosive they can be.
I'm not quite sure what the SIUE student section singing happy birthday is. I don't quite know that one. Here's Booker with a leaner in the lane. That'll be 12 for Booker tonight, and SIUE will dribble it out. Marty Simmons and Brian Baroni speaking with each other. And we're done here in Evansville for day 1. Can't wait to talk to Brian about a couple of things that we saw tonight, but I can't help but think back about a very difficult game they played here last year when they lost to UT Martin. That was the game with the fight in it, a little bit of controversy in it. All of those things were going on. And for them to come back tonight and win it here, I think is very important. So SIUE will advance. 68-57 the final here. We're going to get Brian behind us. Give him a chair. Quick look at the brackets. Presented by United Fidelity Bank. Make sure Brian gets a headset here. Brian Baroni, much better result than the last time you left here in Evansville.
Yeah. No, it was good. That's such a well-coached team. They fought their tail off down 17. They came out, I think, ran off, cut it to 9, ended up getting it to 6, and our guys really responded. We dug deep. I was really proud. It's hard. It's a 9 o'clock game at night.
Yes.
We're on the road. We've been living in the road, so like it's my home. My kids are calling me probably Uncle Brian right now. I've been gone so
Howard
much.
Johnson or something.
Yeah. I'm getting some points or something, I'm sure, the amount of time we've been. But I'm really proud of our guys, our fight. All right, against a very good team. We needed to get this one. Obviously, it's kind of obvious to say, but man, I really thought we did some really good things, and different guys stepped up in key moments.
Are we out of superlatives, Rayshon Taylor, the kind of player he is, and what he's
pretty
meant
good
to you?
Or
we're just stopping pretty good, right?
I just love him. You know, you sit there, and I told those guys, we talk about putting family in basketball, not taking basketball and taking family away from it. And you have guys that have, planted their seed here for many years in a time that doesn't necessarily happen. And it's a credit to the staff that I'm fortunate to be around, but it's credit to the families and the people that raise these guys. And it means a lot to me that he came out here and performed the way he did tonight. I was really proud of him.
You know, Coach, last game you played this team, Booker had 33.
Yeah.
Tonight he struggled a lot more. He only had 12. I think you took some stuff away from him in transition, but what do you think were some of the keys to slowing him down the way you did?
Well, I thought, defensively we went at him pretty early and got him in 2 fouls.
Yep.
Okay, so that hurt him, and that was a little bit of once we saw that first one, the guys really understood that. I thought our bigs were really good at meeting him at the ball screen in the right area.
Yes.
Transition, they got out in transition a lot in the first half. I thought is when they were effective, and that was and we didn't let Tiger get out in transition, which was huge for us. And it was a team concept. I mean, someone has 33 points on you. You don't want that to happen again. They have other really good players too. So it was a good game plan by Colin Schneider, who was the scout, and a great execution by these guys.
Morehead State tomorrow night.
Oh yeah,
another one.
Let's go. That'll be fun. Again, it's another. It's a great coach, a very well coached team, a very good team. They won the league. All right, or the three-way tie or whatever. We split with them throughout the season. It's going to be a battle. They have really good players. They're going to be physical. They're going to run their stuff, and we have a quick prep. But that's part of what the tournament ball's about.
I think your team's suited for it.
I think so too. I do. We have a lot of guys. When they cut it to 6, when you're up 17, the internal things that I was thinking in my body, I'm sure, was kind of like son of a gun. But I looked out there. And I saw guys that I've seen out there for 3, 4, 5 years, 4 years here. And that's the Shamar Wrights, the Lamar Wrights that have been here in those. How about Lamar's corner 3?
Yep.
That was
Big
a
shot.
huge 3 for us. And
Big
that's
shot.
the experience that, he's been here before. You saw that. So it helps you be a better coach when you have guys like that on your team.
Best of luck to you.
I appreciate
Hopefully
you guys.
you'll be sitting right here this time tomorrow night.
I hope so, too.
We appreciate it. But you got to hang out all day at the hotel, though.
You know what? We're used to it. Thanks, guys.
Brian Baroni
Great
on
job,
a big
Coach.
win tonight for SIUE. It's been a pleasure. For Marcus Wilson, I'm Bob Melvin saying so long from the Ford Center to Evansville, where the final score, SIUE 68, Eastern Illinois 57. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.
We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it. Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips.
Here's one thing we can all agree on. Having more choices beats having less choices. That's why we make a range of Ford F-150 pickups for any job. Whether that job is getting heavy things where they need to go, powering things on the go, or going from 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Come on in to the Chuck Stop. Everything you need for a road trip to the Final Four.
I'm impressed, Chuck.
You're gonna need these. And these mud flaps.
I can use these.
I'm earning double miles with my Capital One Venture card, so it's on me.
Well, what up with you and these subs?
Man's gotta eat.
Oh, nothing works on this acne.